Good evening, everyone. Welcome to, I'm trying to bring my video back. Okay. Evening, well, everyone, and welcome to Natural Pain Management 101. My name is Dr. Hannah Lecha. I am joined here in this class by Dr. Gan and Lizel, who are also doTERRA Wellness advocates. And I just want you to briefly share in the chat box where you are joining us from, so that we get to know who is with us here in the room tonight. And while you are sharing with us where you are coming from, I'll just introduce today's session, which is going to be looking at natural pain solutions, especially using essential oils. Last month, me and two of my team members took a roadshow in Botswana where we were exposing people to essential oils. And one of the things that came up, during the roadshow is how much we are in pain. Looking at pain from muscular pain, skeletal pain, nerve pain, tension, head tension, headaches, migraines. We are in a lot of pain. So that was the common denominator. We moved in about, how many, was it 4 or 5 towns? And we were getting the same thing. People who were struggling with arthritis, people who have sciatica nerve issues. I really realized that we do have a solution that people don't know about that could really help that. And that is what motivated today's class. So the goal of today's class is to teach you the best natural solutions to create healthy, pain-free muscles and joints, and empower you to get the most out of your oils if you are already using them, and to show you how you can bring them into your home if you are not already using them or you are not a doTERRA member at the moment. So that's my intention for you there. So let's see, where are we coming from? Okay. Rowena from Bloemfontein. Sam from Francistown, Botswana. Lizel from Lepale. Colleen from Gaborone. Kolo from Joburg. Susan from Cape Town. Ricky from Hans Bay. Indy from Francistown. Shells from Durban. Someone from Mau, my hometown, Cecilia Kwarepe, in the Eastern Cape. Thank you very much for attending. I have a question for you before we share with you what we have for you. Why do healthy muscles and joints matter to you? Normally, when our why is strong, we are able to follow through. We are able to do even the things that we never thought we could do, the things that we thought they were hard. So why do healthy muscles, joints, nerves, whatever matter to you? You can type it in the chat box or you can write it down, on your notepad because you want to know why. So why do they matter to you? Thank you, Colleen. Longevity and quality of life. Thank you very much. Why do they matter to you? For easy mobility. Thank you, Ndinani. Who else? For easy mobility. For me, really, I think it goes beyond that. It's important for me because it's what allows me to live my purpose. It's what allows me to do the work that I do. What allows me to become the better, the best mom I can be for my kids. Otherwise, I would not be able to do all these things that I want. It's what allows me to pursue my dreams. So it's really that important. Beyond the vitality part, is the pathway to giving us the dreams that we have in our lives. Thank you. To not wake up still in the morning, body support. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. So we cannot talk about pain and not talk about inflammation. The two are highly connected. So we need to understand pain and the relationship between inflammation and pain for us to really look at what solutions do we need and what oils can we use. And what is inflammation? I know this is a term that is normally thrown around, when we go to the hospitals, but do we really understand what it is? Inflammation is the body's biological response to anything the body considers harmful, including pathogens, irritants, infections, allergens, injury, and pain. Healthy inflammation is part of the innate immune system, which responds to pathogens with an automatic generalized response aiming to clear tissues and cells of harmful stimuli and initiate cellular repair. So it works closely with the local vascular system to deliver the plasma and leukocytes that are the first responders. So it's where there is pain. And that is why sometimes trying to reduce pain too quickly can actually slow down the body's healing process, because that swelling is part of the natural process, the way the body is protecting itself. So symptoms of inflammation can include swelling, redness, pain, heat, and at times reduced function. Healthy inflammation is necessary for the body to prevent breakdown of body tissues due to pathogens and injury. And I just want to make a clarification here that inflammation is not infection, but it's actually part of the body's response to infection. It is how the body responds to infection. There are actually two types of inflammation. We are going to look at them shortly. It's acute and chronic inflammation. We're going to look at them one by one, briefly. And as I share this, I want you to take note of what applies to you. What are you noticing that you have experienced as I share this background with you? So acute inflammation occurs when there is a one-time trigger event, and the body responds immediately to that trigger by moving plasma and leukocytes onto the compromised tissues. So situations that can make acute inflammation are intense physical training, cold or flu, an infected ingrown toenail, or a scratch or a cut or a sore throat. These are things that can cause acute inflammation. So let's move to chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation, on the other hand, is a long-term inflammation. It can occur because the body was unable to repair the initial cause of acute inflammation, or because of an autoimmune response. I know lately we've been talking about autoimmune response, and that's something that we also need to understand. This is when the body mistakes healthy tissue as harmful and therefore attacks healthy tissue on an ongoing basis. It's one of those things that is very prevalent nowadays. And this then contributes, what can contribute to chronic inflammation? It could be asthma, it could be arthritis, it could be any chronic condition, including autoimmune condition, as I've shared. So we have listed a number of conditions here on the slides that may contribute towards chronic inflammation. So it could be cancer, it could be arthritis, it could be Alzheimer's, neurological disease, cardiovascular disease, autoimmune pulmonary disease, and diabetes too. So there are quite a number of them that contributes to that. And right now I will hand over to Dr. Garniet to take over from where I've left and talk to us about pain. Dr. Garniet, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
You are welcome.
Good evening, everyone. We're talking about pain management tonight. Definitely, pain is very important. We mostly regard pain as a terrible awful thing. It also has its positive place. Basically, the ability of one as a human being to feel pain helps us to respond, helps our body to be able to respond appropriately in times of danger. For example, if you were to be ironing, during ironing a piece of cloth, if you mistakenly put the iron on your finger, the pain sensation that you feel travels from the nerves there and moves up to your brain, and that quickly sends the response back in your brain to tell your hand, please take your hand away. So it has its positive aspect, but like Dr. Hannah has mentioned, where it becomes inflammatory response and it's entering into a chronic state, then that is a worrisome problem that we need to address, because nobody wants to live in pain. Next slide.
Yes.
So let's take a look at what are the different types of pain. Over here, we've listed a few: acute pain, chronic pain, nociceptive, non-nociceptive, and referred pain. When we look at acute pain, that could come resulting in trauma, where you're running or a child is having a race and they fall down and they feel pain because they've hurt their knee. With chronic pain, oftentimes with aging, we find many people can develop chronic pain, especially with change in the body. We look at changes in the bone. The spine is a common one, or changes in the joints. We call these degenerative changes. It's often known as arthritis or even spondylosis. And this is an example of chronic type of pain, a pain that persists for over 3 to 6 months. And when we look at nociceptive pain, we're talking about pain like I've described with when we're ironing. It's actually more of a response from our nerves translating and interpreting a message from the stimulus, whether it's hot water that we mistakenly dip our fingers into, or it's a hot iron. This kind of pain will be termed the nociceptive pain. Then we have the non-nociceptive pain as well. With the referred pain, especially, it's where pain is originating from one particular source, but at the same time, it's now being felt in another area. A common one would be if you're having an abdominal pain, the main source of the pain, for example, when with ladies in the period, could be from uterine contraction, but the pain is now at the same time being referred to the back. So you're experiencing low back pain, even though the original source of that pain is from the uterus. Is what we term referred pain, where you actually feel pain in another organ of the body that is different from the main source of the pain. Next slide, please. Now you want to ask yourself, which type of pain are you experiencing? I'm sure for you to have jumped onto this call tonight and taking the time off to be here, it must mean that is something that matters to you. Is it for yourself, or is it for a loved one, a relative? What type of pain, what type of few that we've discussed, what type of pain do you think you're experiencing? You can make a note of that, or you can enter it into the chat box. Next slide. Well, we just want you to understand that you're not alone. And tonight we will be unraveling how we can address the different types of pain, looking at how especially the use of natural solutions can be of benefit. It's important to know that there has been a lot of research, and the National Institute of Health has also gathered that Well, for America, 1/3 of their population deals with significant pain issues, which costs so much, running into billions of dollars to manage each year. And even when we look at UK in England, they also have estimated that while more than 5 million people there develop chronic pain each year, only 2/3 get to recover. So this issue of pain is not just synonymous with South Africa. It's a global issue. It's everywhere. Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ganiat. Yes, so we have mentioned that natural solutions could be used to manage pain and inflammation, but how exactly do we do it? So when considering how best to treat pain, medical professionals take into account the original site of the pain, what areas are affected, the type of pain, what activities lessen or worsen the pain, when is the pain more aggravated, and the effect the pain has on an individual's mood and ability to function. Responding to both inflammation and pain with natural remedies takes the same approach, and it can be highly effective since both these topics involve systematic bodily responses to injury or disease, and natural remedies support the body in doing its job. So with natural remedies, actually, you find that we actually go down to what is the root cause, so that we are addressing that root cause. And when dealing with chronic injury or inflammation, it's important to participate in a wellness regime that actually interrupts the continuation of chronic inflammation. We don't want it to continue going on, so that the body can be liberated to properly address acute conditions that occur. And that is why we actually, propose a holistic approach to do that. Likewise, while supplementation is also critical, we don't just stop at using the oil. But how can we take smart supplementation so that the cells and tissues have the nourishment they need to subdue more chronic conditions? And when the cells and tissues are well nourished, they respond readily to the powerful chemical influence of essential oil. This is why we don't just give you one oil. We will recommend a protocol for you to follow, so that you are addressing the symptom, you are also addressing the root cause, and you are also looking at renewal from your cells. So there are quite a number of doTERRA essential oils and supplements that have been proven to effectively manage pain and inflammation. We won't cover them in this short class, but we are going to look at a number of them, ranging from single oils to blends and supplements. And I just want to bring your attention to this chart here. This is the doTERRA lifestyle pyramid. Basically, what it says is that everything builds onto each other. So at the bottom there, we've got nutrition and digestion, which is the foundation, and then movement and metabolism. But when one of it, collapses or is not working, everything collapses. So when we are looking at pain actually goes across, this entire pyramid. So it could be with nutrition and digestion, it would be digestive pain. With movement and metabolism, digestion issues are also coming up. But movement, that's where we have muscular pain, we have skeletal pain, rest and stress, that's where we get the tension. If we are not resting enough and managing the stress, so we get the migraine, we get the headache, that's where all the other issues are going to come in. Even when we are not monitoring our toxic load, it also impacts us and we are going to feel pain. So with this pyramid, it's saying that you need to be informed, which is what you are doing when you are here. You are here for informed self-care. And also be proactive with medical care so that you can know where your health status is. You don't want to wait until you go to the hospital and you are told it's stage 4 cancer. If you are proactive, it could be, caught at the right time, and you could utilize these resources to address that. So like I shared, today we are going to be looking at a number of oils. So there are 12 single oils that we are going to look at and see how we can use them to manage pain and inflammation. And at this point, I'll hand over to Liesl to share with you how black pepper can be used to manage pain and inflammation. Over to you, Liesl.
Thanks, Dr. Hannah. Thanks everyone for joining and taking the time out for joining tonight. I really hope you find the information you're looking for. So like Dr. Hannah said, we're going to be discussing the top 12 single oils and a couple of blends and products as well. So to start off with black pepper. Black pepper is a spicy and warming oil, and it also helps with circulation. And when we can increase or have our circulation perform a bit better or a bit more optimally, we can help, the black pepper can actually help relieve pain, and it can also help reduce inflammation. And it does that by, like I said, increasing blood circulation. So the fresh oxygen-rich blood is moved towards your injury, and it's removed more often. So the top uses for black pepper would be something like joint pain and stiffness. If you've sprained an ankle and there's lots of swelling, muscle and uterine cramps, it can even be used for dizziness, which is great. You can intake black pepper internally, and then you can rub it on the area or on the desired place where you're feeling the pain or the inflammation. Next slide, please. The second oil we're going to be talking to you about is copaiba. Now, copaiba is extracted from the mature trees, which are between 30 and 50 years old, and they are found in the Amazon rainforest. And it's actually considered worldwide one of the most anti-inflammatory substances on earth. Copaiba is amazing when it comes to relieving pain and inflammation, and it also helps relieve tension. You can take copaiba internally. I personally love taking copaiba just before I go to bed. I put 2 drops under my tongue, and it just feels like the stress of the day melts away as it starts doing its job and starts getting everywhere it's supposed to be. The top uses for copaiba are things like arthritis, gout, muscle cramps. You can even use it for sore throat, headaches and migraines. Copaiba in combination with frankincense, I think, is one of the best natural remedies if you are a person that struggles with head tension and migraines. 2 drops of each under your tongue, and within half an hour, you can start feeling relief from all the tension and the pain. It's also great with bruising and sprains, and it has cancer or anti-cancer and autoimmune disease properties as well, which you can read up a bit more about that. One of the things that I personally love about copaiba is it's versatile in many more ways than one can imagine. And it's also one thing that they call a driving oil. So when you use copaiba and you layer it with a different oil, copaiba can actually enhance or increase the effectiveness of the second or third oil that you're using it with. And it also compares to CBD, except it's got no side effects, and it's got no lasting, let's say, problems like the CBD would do on your receptors in your nerve cells. So copaiba is one of the best oils you can actually use for anything muscle, pain, cramps related. Then we move on to cypress. So cypress is one of those oils that, or it comes from the trees, the cypress tree, and it smells open and fresh, and it's very inviting to actually hold that bottle and smell it and really take it in. It's tonifying and energizing, but cypress can be used to reduce pain as well as reduce spasms. It can be used for weak connective tissues and joint stiffness, restless legs syndrome, stroke, bone spurs, edema, and it does all that by actually helping improve the blood circulation. Love this oil when I put it in my diffuser at night when the kids are just starting up with a bit of a tight chest. I'll actually diffuse cypress together with eucalyptus, and it brings great relief. Then we move on to frankincense, and frankincense, in all fairness, is, I think, one of my favorite oils that I've ever laid my hands on. And nearly all religions have used frankincense in their spiritual practices, including the ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Christians, Jews, Muslims, Hindus, and even Buddhists. So this is really an oil for restoring and repairing and regenerating. Frankincense can relieve pain and it helps with inflammation, and it actually provides nerve protection and supports nerve regeneration. So when you struggle with an injury where my husband had a knee operation quite a while back, and the doctor explained it that when they cut open on the knee, they actually sever some of those nerves, and the nerves will continuously grow looking for the other end that was severed. And one of the things that happens is that the operation site or the incision site becomes itchy. And irrespective of how much you scratch or rub or touch or put heat, the itch doesn't go away. And with frankincense, we've been putting it on the cut or on the incision, and he has noticed and said to me that the itchiness of those nerves that are trying to get back to one another. And that's how we can say that the frankincense can really support the nerve generation or regeneration, excuse me. Some of the top uses for frankincense include sciatica, back pain, headaches, and migraines, like I've mentioned with copaiba before. It's got anti-cancer properties and can help with tumors, and it also can support things with like autoimmune diseases. So frankincense, and you'll probably hear me say this more than once, one of my favorite oils, but frankincense is definitely, for me, for pain regulation, in the top 3. And those are the top 4 that I'm doing. And then Dr. Daniat, will you please continue for us?
Thanks, Lisa. We take a look at Helichrysum is another very important essential oil. It's a single liquid bandage because of the helps with bleeding and controlling pain, as well as reducing inflammation. So helichrysum can be used on its own. It's very awesome for pain management. It can be used when we look at pain such as originating from stiff muscles and also joint pains. Those are some of the ways helichrysum can be beneficial. So this definitely is one oil to get to know more about and try to get your hands on as well. Lemongrass, I think quite a number of people would at one time or the other have come across lemongrass. It seems to be a favorite, especially in the spas. It's got an amazing aroma. It's a herb or a grass of the name connotes. Less pain of chronic origin and also modulating autoimmune pain, and we find it in some of the blends like in DDR Prime. But even lemongrass on its own can be taken internally for its benefit. It can also be used topically by diluting with a carrier oil and applying to the area of need. So it's definitely very good to use it alone or together with some of the other oils that we've already discussed because of its amazing benefits. Well, looking at marjoram, another single oil, also a great one for pain. It makes one of the oils that's also often recommended in our morphine blend. And marjoram also doesn't just work in assisting with pain management. It also has other benefits like with blood pressure as well. So marjoram's anti-inflammatory properties makes it beneficial to use in reducing or in controlling chronic pain, and it can be applied topically. It can also be used internally, either by adding it in water to drink or putting it into an empty veggie capsule to take it with water-like appeal. Peppermint is definitely one of our top 10 oils. It's so many people's favorite. It's got that invigorating, stimulating, and energizing feel. And we find that with peppermint, it helps in a lot of ways. It can help with headache. It can help with neck tension. It helps with migraines. It has a cooling effect. So it also helps even where there's a fever and you're feeling pain from within. We've discussed recently in another during another meeting about menopause and the symptoms, and we know that peppermint also assists with the hot flashes. So it's got so many ways it benefits and helps to relieve pain.
Okay, I'm not sure if we have lost Dr. Garniet there, but she was almost done. She talked about relieving tension. It also helps in nerve damage and menstrual cramps. So I will continue from there. The next single oil that's good for pain management is rosemary. Rosemary is steam distilled from the leaves of the rosemary plant. In its nature, it is refreshing, alleviating, and clearing. And that is why it's very good for calming nerves. It also helps improve circulation. It supports bone healing and is widely used, for helping people with low blood pressure, which is why we don't recommend that someone who has got high blood pressure should take it, because it will raise the high blood pressure. It's also good for bone pain, gout, and pain from weak muscles. The next oil is Siberian fir. This is a very, very versatile oil. It's a single oil that is sourced from Russia. It's steam distilled from the needles of the twigs. Siberian fir is affirming, vitalizing, and connecting. So it eases pain and inflammation in the bones, in the joints. So if you are struggling from arthritis, rheumatism, it's one of the oils that you could use. It eases muscle aches and spasm if you are experiencing the muscle pains. So like I shared, it's good for arthritis, gout, tired and achy muscles, broken bones, and low blood pressure. Next is turmeric. I think this is one of the most powerful antioxidants that we have, because we also have it as food, that we can use. We've got the spices, but we don't really utilize it that much. It's good for relieving pain and inflammation. It could be used both topically. It can also be used internally by putting a drop in water or in tea, or taking it through a capsule. So when taken, internally, it's very good in addressing arthritis, because it eases muscle aches also and spasm. It's also used for swelling. If you are experiencing swelling, it's because of the antioxidant properties. It's also used for cancer and tumors, autoimmune disorders, sore muscles, and menstrual cramps. So it's one of those that you want to start really taking it seriously and using it. Next is wintergreen. I personally believe that wintergreen is not as, not given the value that it has, because I know in doTERRA we have deep blue, which is highly versatile and powerful, but wintergreen is also is great, because it also have those repairing properties. It soothes aches, pains, and inflammation. It also promotes circulation. So if you have edema, your legs are swelling, this is the oil that you can use for that. And because of that, it's useful in arthritis, in addressing gout, rheumatism, bone or pain nerve, anything that has to do with the joints, the bones, and the muscles. Wintergreen is your go-to oil. And I will hand over now to Dr. Garniet. Is it Dr. Garniet or is Lizel? To talk about the blends that we can use to manage pain. These are a combination of oils. Dr. Garniet, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Hannah. We will start with DDR Prime. DDR Prime is one of the amazing blends that we have. It consists of oils like lemongrass. It also has in it summer savory, wild orange, it's got thyme as well and frankincense. So DDR Prime is amazing with so many benefits. It really helps with not just pain management and inflammation, reducing inflammation, but it also helps to support brain health. So it's known to help with recovery, like dementia, like function as well. DDR Prime by putting in 2 drops into an empty.
Okay, I think she has dropped there. So she said you can put 2 drops of DDR Prime into water. You can also use DDR Prime topically. You need to, once diluted, you can apply it at the bottom of your feet. You can apply it on your pressure points behind your ears, at the back of the neck. Like she mentioned, it's more than just for pain and management. It works well as well for people who experience strokes, cancer. So it's one of those also oil that is just hiding, but it's very beneficial.
Thank you, Dr. Hannah.
You are welcome. All right, you can take over. Thank you.
The next oil we're going to look at, the Deep Blue blend. Deep Blue is definitely one of the top 10 oils. It's a very versatile blend. It comes in the oil form. It comes in a roller, which is a pre-diluted form. It also comes in a rub or lotion form, which is an easy accompaniment to one's gym bags for workouts. It also comes in a stick, a roll-on stick, where it is combined with another oil called copaiba. When we look at Deep Blue itself contains oils like peppermint, wintergreen, ylang ylang, chamomilla reticulata, all blended together in this to give it a synergistic effect. It can be used in so many different ways. It helps with relieving headaches and migraines when diluted to apply to the temples. It can also be applied to the joints and to the lower back where you're experiencing some back pain or joint pains. Deep Blue can be used pre-workout in order to support your muscles, and it can also be used post-workout to ease and soothe the pain that might come with muscle stiffness after exercise. Then, of course, we find that the Deep Blue rub is a convenient way to also use it because it's similar to the gels that we have for many of the other pain blends, and the Deep Blue rub is really effective. You can actually apply the oil and you can top it up by using the Deep Blue rub over it by layering that on top of the oil. So Deep Blue definitely is one blend that one shouldn't be without. Aroma Touch. AromaTouch is commonly known as our massage blend. And you know, most of the time when you think of a massage, you're thinking of sore muscles, you're thinking of knots, you're thinking of tension in the neck or in between the shoulder blades. And this AromaTouch is actually, it's a wonderful combination of different oils that have been put together. It contains oils like cypress, it contains oils like peppermint, it also has both calming as well as oils all put together in AromaTouch. So AromaTouch can be applied not just in massaging, it can also be used where you have issues with nerve pain, especially because of the oils contained in this blend, which help to support a healthy nervous tissue to also soothe and relieve neuropathic pain. So these are some of the ways we can use AromaTouch. It's not, it's reserved just for topical use, and we don't take it internally, unlike, and same thing goes for Deep Blue. It's also reserved for topical use only, unlike DDR Prime.
Yes, and same as Wintergreen. Wintergreen is also not taken internally. It's only taken topically. All right. Thank you. I'll just continue from where Dr. Garnier stopped and talk to you about past tense. This is a blend. It's called a tension blend because it's very good at helping relieve and resolve tension. You know, this could be tension, it could be soreness and stiffness of the muscles. Just the aroma of it. So if you take it aromatically by inhaling it, can relieve so much tension. So that is why it's very good for releasing both neck and head tension. If you are having challenges with headache, migraines, this is the oil that you want to have. And because it's in a roller bottle, it's already diluted, you can just carry it in your purse and release it conveniently when you need to use it. It also helps with varicose veins and bruising. So it's not just about the tension. If you've got varicose veins, you can also apply it topically. So I shared earlier that we don't just stop at using the oil, whether it's topically, aromatically, or internally. We also need smart supplementation. That is where we take in supplements that would help, compensate for the deficit in nutrients that we are especially experiencing right now with food that has been genetically modified, or where it has got a lot of toxin, or we are not even actually eating a balanced meal. We are not eating vegetables. So that is where smart supplementation comes in, where we are bridging that gap. So one of the oils that has actually been, been converted into a soft gel is Copaiba. So soft gels are easy to swallow soft gels that delivers the internal benefits of Copaiba essential oil. So including supporting the healthy function of the circulatory system and soothing anxious feeling. Remember, Lizel said she takes it when she goes to bed, and it calms her down because it has that calming effect as well. And here we are still looking at addressing the root cause. Instead of just treating the pain from the outside, we are also addressing it from the inside. Dr. Garnett talked about Deep Blue, the different uses of Deep Blue, and mentioned that we don't take it internally. So however, with the Deep Blue polyphenol complex, we can actually experience the benefit of Deep Blue internally. So these are a capsule containing a blend of powerful polyphenols clinically tested to help soreness and discomfort from physical activities and daily life, but from within, unlike the Deep Blue oil. So when taken internally, it provides deeper inflammation relief together with the Deep Blue that you are taking, topically. This is an ideal substitute to complement over-the-counter anti-inflammation remedy. So if you are taking any over-the-counter medication for relieving pain and inflammation, you could switch that, you could switch to the Deep Blue polyphenol complex. It's good. The same thing that was discussed based on the Deep Blue still applies here. So I'm not going to repeat a lot of that. And the next is the Live Long Vitality Pack. We call it Lifelong Vitality Pack. We call it the LLV. So this is one of the smart supplementations in doTERRA. It's very, very key. It is one of the products that have taken a lot of people out of medication. You know, those who were heavily medicated, drinking a lot of tablets, when they start taking Lifelong Vitality, you know, consistently, they drop off medication. It boosts energy, it reduces pain and inflammation, it balances mood and hormones and fortifies the immune system. Last week on Saturday, I attended the 5th doTERRA birthday in Joburg, and we were being really taught about the importance of the LLV pack. And what they shared is that all the vitamins, the omega that we get from LLV, if we were to get it from food, we need to buy groceries worth of 32,900 rands. So if you are thinking that is expensive, you want to really visualize that, buying groceries worth 32,900 rands just to get the same benefits that you are getting from the LLV. Next is MetaPower Advantage. This is part of the MetaPower system, which is a signature system for doTERRA that is designed to promote, to raise metabolism. And this one has got so many benefits. Apart from just raising your metabolism, it can also, shorten your aging. It bridges that gap. But the most important part is what happens is when we age, a lot of our health actually suffers. So including brain function, the quality of sleep, we don't sleep well, our hair, our skin, our nail health, our weight management, we struggle to lose weight. And the capacity for energy and recovery, all this slows down as we age. So the formula that's in MetaPower Advantage has 9 unique types of marine collagen, offering greater than 70% peptides, allowing the body's specified access to materials to optimize this function that I've talked about, the brain function, the sleep. And it's also good for, like I said, it's good for our cognition, it's good for cellular energy production, and the other faculties that benefit from them are actually strengthening the connective tissue, which is why we have it here in the pain and inflammation management, because it helps, with the connective tissue, and it also helps us get lean muscles. So it's one of those that you also want to add as you are working on relieving or managing your pain. So what are the top uses of MetaPower Advantage? It reverses effects of metabolic aging, it promotes healthy metabolism, it reduces cravings, it normalizes blood sugar levels, it improves insulin response, increase cellular levels of NAD plus and NADH, it supports improved cognitive function, promotes skin density, hydration or moisture retention, and firmness, especially helpful when you've got sensitivities. So this is one of those, supplement that you need. And last month, we actually received a new flavor, the pomegranate cherry. Is same as the Advantage, same, the one that I shared, same benefits, but just different, a different flavor there for you. All right, so we have talked a lot about how we have used the oils, and we'll hand over to Dr. Garniet to briefly talk about some of the testimonials that she has experienced from using this and from some of her clients. And if there's anyone here in the group who has benefited from these oils and supplements, you can share there in the chat box.
Thanks, Dr. Hannah. The menopause advantage is definitely one that's really beneficial because the collagen helps support the joints because they strengthen the connective tissue, and it increases mobility, increases the fluidity in the joints, so that stiffness is much reduced. And this I definitely have experienced, and I'm so grateful for this product. Then also the Deep Blue Polyphenol Capsule is an amazing one. Its composition is a bit different from the oil. The polyphenol capsule is definitely one that you need to reach for if you're experiencing chronic pain, whether it's from autoimmune issues or from chronic inflammation, from resulting in other difficult conditions to manage. Deep Blue Polyphenol Capsules has got the green tea extract, it's got resveratrol, it has frankincense, it's got turmeric, and all of these working together synergistically to give a great effect in controlling pain. And this I see with regular daily use has really helped, assisted in reducing pain of plantar fasciitis and also pain for people who have fibromyalgia is another common one. So this definitely is very, very worth considering. The Copaiba soft gel, that's also another one that's very good to take whether you're experiencing a migraine and you don't have the oil, or even if you're just experiencing generalized body pain or extreme fatigue. These can also be very handy because of the easy, being in a soft gel form, it might be much easier for some to use than being in the oil form. So that also definitely helps to be used. If you have an issue of chronic pain and inflammation, then do make it a regular one to add to your daily routine as well. There are quite a number of the oils which are amazing, like the Deep Blue. I do love to use that, especially before going on hikes or even after exercising, because it really helps to take care of pain at the area when needed most. Thanks, Dr. Hannah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was my internet. Can you hear me? Lizelle, can you hear me? Hello, Lizelle, can you hear me?
Hello, Dr. Hannah. Yes, I can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hand over to you. I think I'll just read a few of the testimonials that are here, and then I'll hand over to you. Okay, Rowan said, since I started the LLV, I've been able to leave all my anxiety medication. Wow. Thank you. Cornell said, Deep Blue used the cream for pain in hands, have psoriasis, had bad open patches on hands from psoriasis. Nothing helped. Deep Blue helped. Wow. Thank you very much for sharing. Okay, what is for fibromyalgia? I think it is the Deep Blue complex. The Deep Blue complex is the one that's good for that. All right, over to you, Lizelle.
Thanks, Dr. Hannah. Thanks, Dr. Ganiat, for your insightful information, and I love the way you guys present your information. It's really good. I've learned something. I think I learn every time when I have a class and one of you ladies are speaking. So if any of these points have made you think about, sure, this is something I need to think about or look into, doTERRA has many different options available, and for you to get these oils in your house and start receiving, or at least having some relief for your pain and inflammation, please reach out to anyone who invited you. For example, on screen, you can see with the Beginner's Essential Kit, it comes with a Deep Blue rub in a nice pouch. It's got lavender, On Guard, it's got wild orange, copaiba, as well as an aroma touch. And if you add the cypress to your order, you will actually then be able to get your membership is waived, and you also receive a free On Guard touch. Please speak to someone that's a wellness advocate that can help you. We can do the wellness consult for you and really pinpoint what your needs are, and then make recommendations. I'd love for everyone to have all the oils, but I do understand that to start with the oils, it's quite a bit of a expense you need to go on. So please speak to the people or the person that's invited you. We do the wellness consult for free. And each kit is customized, and you can really make your own kit. The Family Essentials kit is personally one of my favorites. I've gotten one, and this is my travel kit. So it comes with the top 10 oils for doTERRA. It's the top 10 most used oils. It actually comes with a free diffuser as well. And you can also get the On Guard touch for free, as well as your membership. These oils are all the 5 ml oils, so it's the small bottles, but they work so well. They're great for in your handbag. You can chuck them in your gym bag. If you're traveling and it's an overnight bag, they fit anywhere and everywhere. It's really something to think about to get these oils, get your hands on these oils. Next slide, please. Like I've mentioned, we have kits. doTERRA has kits that are really focused for specific areas. We have this Healthy Habits kits, which includes your LLV, which Dr. Hannah spoke about. It's really an holistic, natural approach to vitamins and minerals and supplements. The Terrazyme is an enzyme complex, which can help with digestion, as well as your PB Restore, which can help with your probiome, your gut, healthy gut, all your gut functions. And then the oils you have is Balance, Lemon, Lavender, On Guard. And the Deep Blue stick is the stick that comes with copaiba. It's one of the great things you can use. Chuck it in your handbag. It's really easy to use and versatile. My boy is 5 and he's struggling with growing pains. And if his knees or his legs are hurt, I'll just say, go fetch the Deep Blue. He knows exactly where to put it. He doesn't need to rub it in, so there's less risk of him touching his eyes after he's touched the Deep Blue. And within 10 minutes, he's got relief that no other pain med that I've given him before has been able to do in such a quick and short time. So it's, like I said, the products are versatile. You don't need to buy a kit. Dr. Hannah, you can go to the next slide, please. You don't need to buy a kit. You can really customize your order as you want and as what your needs are. And then this is something exciting. So starting from the 18th of November, we are going to be launching and hosting a 30-day MetaPower challenge. So you can buy the kit, and the MetaPower kit consists of your MetaPower Advantage, which is your collagen. It's got the Metabolic Assist, which can help with lowering and stabilizing your sugar glucose or blood sugar levels. It's got the oil. The oil can help with cravings. The beadlets and the gum is for on the go whenever you need a bit of support when it comes to sugar cravings or hunger pangs. Then these products work great in the car, in your handbag, in your office bag, wherever you need them. So like I said, please speak to the person who invited you. This is going to be a great challenge. It's a great community where everyone is looking towards the same goal, and everyone is helping everyone to reach the same goal, which ultimately is health and vitality. Thanks, Dr. Hannah. I think that's everything.
You are most welcome. Yes, that's everything. And I just want to reiterate what Lizelle said, that you can actually make your own kit. So if you make your own kit, you choose the oils that are appropriate for the pain that you want to address. And they make 100 PV. You can also get the On Guard for free and get your free membership waived. So you can mix and match. depending on what you want to manage. So don't look at the kits and feel like you need to get all of those kits. You can actually customize one for yourself. And that actually brings us to the end of our class today. And I want to thank everyone who attended. And all you need to do is to get back. If you are not already a doTERRA member, get back to the person who invited you. They will, do a wellness consult for you, help you choose the oils that will support your needs at the moment, and you can take it from there. I think if there is a questions, we can just stay around for two more minutes and answer the questions. Is the MetaPower Starter Kit a 1 month supply? Yes, it's actually a 1 month supply. And as Lizel shared, the MetaPower Challenge is starting on the 18th of November. So it's going to run up to the 18th of December. And with the MetaPower Challenge, you don't need all of the products in the
Doc Hannah?